The power of L-Arginine. L-Arginine. On here it says it's for your cardiovascular, meaning your blood flow in your heart. Okay. It says it right here too. It says it supports cardiovascular system, supports healthy blood circulation, supports immune system, supports positive benefits on elements. Okay. And see, it does way more than that. If you look it up, electric cells replace old cells with new ones and keeps you looking young. You can also find L-Arginine outside of the pill form or capsule form in oatmeal, nuts, grains, all that good stuff. I mean, I had this for probably like 2 years. I got it off of Amazon for like $15, and it came with 120 tabs. It says right here, 120, and I had this for 2 years, so it was good. I used to use it when I did truck driving. I used to do long hauls. It used to help me stay up with like other things too, because you know you can't use illegal stuff, so that's not illegal. And then I would eat oatmeal and stuff with it too, honey, plus all that good stuff. But besides the L-Arginine today, I have a story to freaking tell you guys. All I want to scream, this man. Had a lag. Internet almost went out. So, back to the story, as I was saying, I went to the gym, right? You know, I'm working out, and then dude's over here on the side of me, you know, having his own little convo, right? Okay, and he's talking about how he works out his arms, and it was interesting on what he was saying. I was interested on what he was saying, and I didn't ask him about his arms. I just asked him. Sip this real quick. I asked him, how long you been working out? From there, he profiled the shit out of me. He said, first, before he profiled me, he answered my question. He said, I've been working out since I was 36 and I'm 46. Okay? 10 years. Okay? Man has nice arms, you know. Alright, chest. I mean, he was like a good 5'6", you know. He was a good 5'6". And nothing against you short motherfuckers out there. But when it came to the point where we was talking about how do we actually like work out our arms, how I work out my arms as a tall man is a little different than somebody else who goes out and works out their arms as a short person. Okay? You have to understand, my muscle for my biceps starts from right here and it goes all the way down to here. Okay? And then it builds up. Right? So when you think about it like that, it's only logical that I have to work harder and longer for me to see more results or just the same results. But people, they be like, well, this is what he said, because he didn't even let me explain it first. I'm gonna tell y'all a conversation with. I'm gonna play both sides, me and him. Okay, so he asked me, what do I eat? I told him I eat oatmeal, grains. I don't eat pork. I don't eat shrimp. I don't eat any type of crustacean. I don't I don't eat anything if it's not hood footed. Basically, I told him I would love to eat buffalo, and from there we had a good laugh, and it was going good. Okay, but where things started to go left is when he was trying to tell me how to work out my arms, and I was listening to him, but he said something like, "Let me see." This dude said, "Oh, when you working out your arms, you gotta give them that little bit of pump, and then you gotta leave them alone, right?" I looked at him like this. I didn't look at him any type of rude or anything. I was like, I'm listening because he's older than me, and I let him speak, right? But when it was my turn to speak, he just like cut me off, and I'm like, so I cut him off, and I told him, dude, wait, I didn't finish what I had to say. And the Mexican dude over there laughing because he cut me off and I cut him off and told him I'm not done speaking. And then he tried to cut me off again, and I let him speak again. And he went on to talk about, this was the funny part, y'all. He said that he had trained people that are taller than me. I'm 6'7". And then he said his son is about my height. I don't give two monkey fucks. I'm sorry. So he said his son was about my height. He trains people, basically. And I'm like, that's good for you. You know, I train people. Like, I got my certificate. I'm certified personal trainer. It's not that hard to be a personal trainer. Honestly, I mean, I wanted to compliment dude on his looks because he did have an aesthetic, good-looking body. No harm. I'm just being honest. He had a nice chest, some nice arms. He didn't really have that much legs. Most men don't even work out on their legs, to be honest with you. I mean, that's just facts. But let me get to the part to where I had a problem. Okay, so I was working out my arms today, y'all, and in the gym I rarely ever go to. And I'm over there sitting 30s. Going in. Rep after rep. So I was doing 25 reps to my arm. Can't do no more, basically. Because I don't know if you guys watched my left hand focus, but I still do those. Not every now and then, you know? My left arm probably like a couple centimeters lesser than my right arm. And let me address this too. He was coming for me like, yeah, I was the skinniest man on the block. Now, you guys, I know I'm not the buffest dude, okay? I know I don't have the big bulking arms, but I barely even turned 23. This man's 46 is what he said. Probably about to be 47. And what he said to me is like, I saw your form earlier, and it was horrible. Now, I'm gonna show y'all what the hell I was doing. I'm gonna show y'all what I was doing. And you tell me if my form is doo-doo, okay? So, I was doing this, right? And I was also doing this. Now, mind you, these are around 30 pounds. So this is around what I had in my hand. Just doing these. And then when my arm would burn out, I would go and then I would work out my chest. So I would do 25 push-ups. And I did about probably like 8 reps of those. Both. But I did more curls. I didn't really count my curls. I just kept going. And then after that, I kept doing a couple more push-ups. But let me get back to this. Dude, when he said your form is horrible, he said it to me like this. You know your form is horrible, right? And I'm looking at him like, fuck you smiling so hard telling me this. Like, you okay? And another thing is, I never have problems with Asian people, with Mexican people, with white people. Not even with green people. It's always my people. Honestly. Like, when I was working out, there's this bald black dude giving me the evil eye. And he not even working out. He just like sitting on a machine. And he lifts it a couple times. And he sits there longer than he's working out. And he's staring at me evil. And this is this is rich, y'all. Honestly, this is rich. Because how the hell we're gonna get anywhere as a people if all you got to say is a whole bunch of malarkey, okay? I mean, you went on about how you train people my height or taller than me, and I'm thinking to myself, then why aren't you training him? He told me he's there every day. How come you're not training him in that gym? How come you're not training him anywhere? How come you're not training? How come you're in here going around in the gym talking to everybody? When I go to the gym, I work out. When I'm working out, I work out. I usually don't talk to people. The only reason why I talk to that man is because he said something interesting about how you curl. He said, when I do my hammers, I turn, then I come up and I give it a little pump, and I do my hammers again. Okay? Sounds nice. I wanted to try it. And I wasn't going to ask him any more questions after I asked him how long you've been working out. Because dude has some nice arms, okay? Told me virtually 10 years. 36. 46. Good for you. You trained a 6'8" woman who was your girlfriend. Good for you. Where is she? You say your son's about my height. Why isn't he working out? I mean, these are the questions that I really wanted to hit him with, cut him with. I mean, honestly, I feel like back in the old days, when he was smiling in my face and telling me my form is horrible, and I know my form is not horrible, child, please. I don't rip people. I get logical. And then people don't like logic. People run from logic. They hear something that's right and don't want to hear it. It's like I socked them in their gut. But anyway, y'all, the main argument is he's saying my form is horrible. He says there's no way you can get big by pumping the muscles constantly. Dude, you've been working out for 10 years. Like, his arms are big, but they are not that big. Like, honestly, within this next year, my arms are probably going to be as big as his. And he's been working out for 10 years. For 10 years. And I'm 6'7". And I have longer ligaments. What I'm telling you is he's taking it too easy. Like, he was telling me, I go to the lat pull downs and I can only do about 20 of them in one set. I go to lat pull downs, I do about 20 of them in 6 sets. And I'm skinnier than you. See, in one of my videos, I said strength is not about how much you can lift. No, it's about how much you can lift and how many times you can lift the shit. It's not, oh, I'm going to go over there and pick up 500 pounds. You know? Okay, you picked up 500 pounds. Good for freaking you. Now, you impress me when you pick up 500 pounds more than 5 times. Or when you pick up 500 pounds more than 12 times. And if you pick it up more than 20 times, I'm going to call you sensei. But honestly, this this is why I had to get to him, because he was talking about how you're supposed to rest in between, and I told him I rest when I'm tired, when I want to go, when I can't go no more. And then even after that, after I can't go no more, after an hour, I can get right back up and do it again. I wish that Google didn't have those what you call it, copyrights infringements, because I have videos of me just working out my left arm and it literally growing in your face. And you could see my right arm was bigger than my left arm in the sense that my arms are not even that big, y'all. Well, for a tall person, they're pretty big. But I was looking at this 6'7" bodybuilder, he a white man. He has some big arms. And the reason why I said he has some big arms, you gotta remember what I said in the beginning. Your arms start off, see this? From right here, and it goes down to here, and then it builds up, okay? His arms were down to here, but his arms were way shorter than mine, and his muscles looked like they barely got over the hump here, you know, where it started building up. It looks like they barely started building up. But you've been working out for 10 years. And you barely looking like you anything. Now, this is not a shot to short people, and this is not a shot, I wouldn't say a shot towards tall people. Not kudos towards tall people. And then he was also trying to say, oh, I hear tall people say this all the time. Just because I'm taller, it's harder. That didn't come out of my mouth. But honestly, I said I have longer ligaments, so I work harder. I didn't say it is harder. Basically telling you, I know what it takes to get there, and I'm marching. I'm going to the top. I'm not gonna stop when my muscle burns. I'm gonna keep it burning. And if I can't go at that weight, I'm gonna drop it. And I'm gonna keep going. And he told me that's how I hurt myself. I've been doing this all year. I haven't hurt myself, not once. I used to be, like, you see this. Now imagine just bones. And that was the beginning of the year. I wish I could show him where I came from. And then even then, when I was a skinny person, I knew that being big doesn't mean shit. I mean, you can be big and weak, and you can be big and strong. You could be skinny and strong. Well, I don't know about the bone skinny and strong. I say you can be like very ripped and strong. But when it comes to, let's say, longer people, because short people can have long arms too, okay? It just makes more sense in logic when you think about it. Like, okay, say this pencil, right? Its muscle tendons are from here to here, but it starts from here, right? And it's working its way down to where it has to go. Now, everybody's body is not the same, right? Some people have longer arms. Some people have shorter arms. Some people have arms that build fat on them. So, different strokes for different folks. Like the person who has fatter arms, they have to do a lot of cardio. Okay? Even though do a lot of cardio when they work out, so like pumps, they gotta sweat. They gotta sweat that off. Me, I have a fast metabolism, plus I'm an endomorph. Second of all, when you think about that, I have a fast metabolism and I'm an endomorph. It's not that hard for me to get big, okay? But since I'm longer, it's gonna take longer. And that's what I was trying to get to him. I wasn't trying to say, oh, this is hard, Like literally before I stopped what I was doing, talk to you, I did about 50 curls just at the machine. Like you know the machine to where you do the lat pull downs. You doing the lat pull downs, and I put the bar thing to where you do this, and it's still on the same machine, to where you work out either your back or like your shoulders. And I put that on the lat pull down machine, but I put it all the way down if I could do curls, and I was doing about 120. Yeah, it's not that much when you think about it, you doing two arms. It's not that much. So I was doing about 120, and I was just, I was getting tired. I was sweating. My clothes they looked like they had sweat on it. I was working, and I stopped my day to talk to him. This is why I don't like talking to people in the gym. This is why I don't like talking while working out, cause you'll get somebody who says shit like that, and then I didn't even I didn't come for him. I didn't say anything stupid to him. The last words I said to him was, I can curl my max 80 pounds, right? And my arms are way smaller than his. His max is probably 90 pounds, close to 100. My arms are I wouldn't say way smaller than his, but there's a big resemblance in your eyes to where you can see his arms are way bigger than mine. But like I was saying, my muscle tendons are longer. So when we take this into consideration, is I'm able to put more muscle on my arm. I'm able to put more muscle on my chest. I'm able to put more muscle on my back because I have longer ligaments. And after they get to a certain point, they build up. This is the truth. Like, you ever go back and look at most bodybuilders? They're always like 5'7", 5'6", 5'5". I'm not saying that they're short. They're average size man, and it's not gonna take you no long to get buff. First of all, if you ain't gotta do the how put this, you ain't gotta go as long as I go. Like I go 10 miles to finish or one rep. You take 2 steps and you did about 10. You see? And since my muscle ligaments are so much longer, it takes a while for them to actually get that pump throughout the whole muscle. Yeah, it hurts. Probably hurts more than worse than what most people will go through. But just be honest. I'm telling the truth. This is why I have L-Arginine. Because I need the pump. Not saying I need the pump, but you need the pump to grow the muscle. We didn't even get into the conversation of which is best, heavier or lighter weight to build muscle. We didn't even get into the conversation of high volume or low volume. We didn't even get into the conversation of what do you eat. Well, he got into the conversation of what I eat, but I didn't even get to ask him what does he eat, because he came at me so off-putting. Like, he's older than me, but he was coming at me like I'm retarded. And I'm looking at this dude like I'm retarded. Playing the fool. It's good to play the fool, y'all. You get to see how people actually think about you when you play the fool. So I'm over there playing the fool, and he's showing his ass. And what he doesn't know is, I used to go to the gym a lot. And most of the people in there that see me work out, they know that little weight, that little 30 pounds that I was playing with, I can do way much more in probably less reps, but keep going. Like, probably tire out, do something else, and come right back. Most people can't do that. Most people, when they tire out, they're tired out throughout the whole day. I don't get tired. I don't get tired. No matter what I do, I don't get tired. So I was explaining that to him. And I also explained to him what usually happens to me because I work out for a 4 week straight. Like, I know I haven't been posting, but the last time I posted is when I had to stop working out, honestly. Because I couldn't pick up the weight. I couldn't even do a push-up. Y'all, I couldn't do a push-up. But this is what happens to me. I mean, it happens to anybody. Go outside and run for a week straight. For a week straight, go run. And don't take a break. And on the 7th day, go run. You'll finish your run. You'll finish your run. But after you finish your run, the next day, you ain't gonna be able to move. Probably you'll be able to move, but you're gonna have muscle spasms. And he said, you have spasms to me because you don't drink enough water. I drink about, how many liters is this? This is 1,800 milliliters. I drink about 5 of these a day. 5 of these a day. Gonna put that down. And he was like, well, I don't know. I literally told you why. I told him before, I told him the muscle spasms. I said my muscles give out on me because I don't give them a break. But that usually takes 3 to 4 weeks. Okay? And it's like it went over his head and he wasn't listening to me. And let's talk about that. I mean, I get that a lot with older people. Like, I can be saying something that's facts, straight facts, and it'll go over their fucking head because I'm younger than them. Now, I'm not going to call you a fool for not listening to me because I'm younger, but the truth is the truth. It's the truth. If it's coming from a rock, if it's coming from a light bulb, or if it's coming from my ass, it does not matter. If it is the truth, it's the truth. Now, a lot of people, they don't want to accept the truth. This man's been working out for 10 years, and I lift about as much as him. I only been working out my arms this year. Everything else has been back. Everything else has been abs. Everything else has been my loins, or my calves, my legs. And my legs are not even that big, okay? I don't really work out on my legs. To be honest, it's been my back. It's mostly been my back and abs. And I don't know if y'all heard this watch my other videos. I don't think y'all have. So I'm going to say it again. When I play football, I asked my coach, what's the most important things that a lineman needed to do? Because I play lineman. He told me back, you need a strong core and you need strong legs. Okay? And ever since then, that's what I worked out on. I didn't work out on my chest. I didn't work out on my arms. And it was just back and abs. And I have abs. I mean, recently, that last couple of videos, I showed my abs. It didn't look like I have abs, but I have a 6-pack. And if I work out on my lower abs more, I would have a 12. But I'm more focused on my arms and my chest. People, I have a saying for your arms. Arms gain you respect, right? And that's what I want. I mean, I wish I can go back in time and say to my younger self, when your back gets tired and it burns out, you can sit there and still curl and work out your arms. And I also would tell myself, because I would work out with the dumbbells more than the dumbbells more than like the bench bar, right? So I would work out with the dumbbells. and my left arm will always lack. Wish I could tell myself, like, go back in time and be like, put those dumbbells down and go to the bench rack for the dumbbells, like the curl, not the actual bench to where you like bench off your chest, but like the ones on the rack. Okay, like they're next to the dumbbells, but they're more so on the rack. I would have told myself to do that, or just to compensate with your left more, like just sit there and curl with your left. You know. Yeah, that was my story, y'all. I just had it. I had to come on here and tell y'all how I feel. Like my hair's a mess. My beard's not groomed. Like, dude, it's early in the morning. Like we went to the gym around 6. And this dude was there when we were there. And when I saw him walked out of his car, he reminded me of like he reminded me of he reminded me of like somebody my age. Like he came out of his car, he looked in the ours, he was like smiling. He looked at us, he was like, and I'm looking at him like, I don't trust people that I'm serious. I don't trust people that smile so much. Why are you smiling so hard? Like what you trust people that just do this? This look crazy. That look crazy. That look crazy. That looks like there's something going on with you. Most people I know that smile personally have a lot going on in their lives. So that person, I was trying to stay away from. Honestly, it looked like there was a lot of drama in there. He went out with a 6'8" woman, and he went out with a woman basically my height. And his son's basically my height. He sounds like he has a short man mentality. But likes to feel superior to taller people. Now, I thought I was going to click stop stream, but I'm going to talk about that too. What's up with you short fuckers? Mad at somebody's genetic tallness. All my life, I had to fight midgets. And I wouldn't even say midgets. Like people who are abnormally short, I really didn't have a problem with. It's more so the person who was like average height or just a little bit above average. I always had a problem with my height. I mean, I could just be standing in a room and somebody walks up to me and says, I don't like you. And, you know, if y'all know me, I'm calm. I didn't get offended. I just said, what makes you not like me? I have done nothing to you. And he would say, just because you're taller than me. Sometimes I'll just leave the area, because not saying I don't want no smoke. My hands are registered. If I really hurt somebody, I'm the one in trouble. So, or I'll just tell them, like, if I have to be there, like, hey, yo, can't do nothing about it. You're going to have to deal with me standing here. I ain't going nowhere. I literally have to stand here to do what I need to do. So, you and your height complex, go get some heels. Like, do short people know what tall people go through? Honestly, like, it's hard to find shoes. It's hard to find pants that go all the way down to your ankles. It's hard to find shirts that go down to your wrist. You know? It's hard to find socks that actually fit. Underwear ain't no problem. I mean, shirts sometimes can be a problem. Come on now. It's hard to fit in cars sometimes. Like, you have to be a flexible person to be this height. Like, if you, your friends, and 5 other niggas want to fit theyself in a small car that's a 6-seater. Hey, this car was built for Asians, but We didn't suspect King Ubuntu to walk up in this motherfucker. That's basically what it is. And literally, why is I know I'm 6'7", and honestly, I hope I'm done growing because being tall is wonderful and all. Being able to see over everybody, being able to grab stuff off the top shelf and have no problems not having to jump. You know, when you play basketball, it's like I have to jump. Even when I was 5'11", I was able to dunk. Doesn't hear all those type of excuses. So all of this, when I hear this about people that are shorter than me being mad at me for being taller than them, it's childish, stupid, and you need therapy. You need therapy. Yeah, no, seriously. You need therapy. Shorter men who do not like taller men need therapy. My best friend was shorter than me. My the dude I used to roll around with the most, he was shorter than me. The person I chose to drive a truck with for a whole year was shorter than me. Like, I think it's because this is another story. I gotta get out here. Okay, so there was this short, yes, Lord, very short, dark skinned brother, chocolate, no homo. Okay, and we were going, and this is when I was doing trucking. We were in the dorms, right? They was teaching us how to drive the big rigs. We would sleep in the dorms, wake up and go to school. And then one morning, you know, I'm just chilling. And I had a girl at the time. And that's a whole nother story. That girl, I can write a whole book on women, to be honest with you. So I had a girl at the time, and I didn't think she was going to do me wrong. I mean, another story. He basically told me that she gonna fuck N-words behind my back, right? And I looked at him. I was like, I just shook my head. I was like, what literally made you come up here and tell me that? And he was loud too. Like, you know those females that be like in LA or just anywhere, like the hood boogers loud. Like, he was a hood booger loud. Like, very, I'm not gonna imitate his nigginess. Yes, that's what I'm gonna call it, nigginess. His nigginess was on 10 times 10 times Kyle, like times Kyle Kin times 20. Like, that's how I can explain it. And like he did this more than one day. Like, we would be at Walmart getting food. Like, they would drop us off at Walmart. He'd be talking to me. We would be at the dorm room. He didn't really bother me when we were walking around in the dorm because I made sure to stay away from his butt. But he'll follow me, like, basically before we got onto the bus to go to school. And he would just come at me. And then one day I asked him, did a nigga like that looks like me take your bitch? And he had nothing to say. He didn't talk to me not once after that. I think I cracked the code. There's somebody out here who looks like me taking everybody else's bitch. And you know what? I believe it. Because when I did truck driving, you know how many times I got stopped by women that I did not know, calling me all these different types of names? I was Jerry. I was John. I was, let's see. I was just put it like this. The most I was John. John, if you come across this video and you look like me, stop fucking other people's bitches, nigga. You making my life hard. Honestly. I mean, I'm tired of these short men having these short complexes because these dudes out here taking other people's. I mean, it's different. If she left you to go mess with somebody who looks like me, Got nothing to do with that. You can't help that. The only person who can help that is the one who made the decision to do that. You can't help her make decisions, honestly. And from what I can gather about that one short dude who was following me around at the trucking industry that I was working for, the corporation, he didn't have the best diet. Um, Diet is everything when it comes to your penile. Yes. And I was like, okay, dude. By the way, she never cheated on me. I can't get cheated on. I wish a bitch would. Actually, if I get cheated on, I'ma literally say, well, bro, you can have her. Honestly, she went out her way to do all that. Obviously, she not mine. That's how I feel. I feel like that's facts. You know, most of the stuff I say is facts, but that's how I feel. If you're able to walk up to my girl and get in her ear and talk to her and she drops her drawers and y'all got jiggy, she's not my girl. If I own a home and she opens up the door and says, hello stranger, and drops her drawers and y'all get jiggy, that's not my girl. And she's getting kicked out. Simple. Like, I'm not even gonna say anything. This is how I'm gonna do it. She's gonna be asleep. I'm gonna night owl. I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna act like I'm asleep. Wait till she pass out, because most people sleep hard. Pack all her stuff, put it outside, call her Uber. When she wakes up, I'm gonna carry her. Like, if I'm even gonna cook breakfast too, right? Make it smell good. Carry her. Be like, oh baby, you so sweet. Yeah, you so sweet. Her stuff in the Uber. I'm gonna just drop her butt out in front of the door. Close the door, lock the door, and be like, sayonara. And if she stays at that window, I'm gonna tell that Uber driver to go drop it off at that house, come back, and try to pick her up again. And if she don't want to go, she can walk her butt. That's just how I feel. How I feel. That's how I motherfucking feel. I'm not going to sit here and be mad off of somebody cheating. And nor am I going to hold a grudge about somebody cheating. Nor am I going to hold a grudge at a person who did it. Let's get into that too. If somebody, say if I go and I fuck another man's bitch, he shouldn't be mad at me. He should be mad at her. First of all, I didn't lock your door and rape your girl. She opened up the door, got sexy, and did what it did. Sounds like more her fault than mine. I mean, because I ain't about to sit at nobody's door knocking. I'm going to leave. I'm going to go about my day. Honestly. So why would I be mad at a nigga for being a nigga? I'll be mad at the female. But like I said, that's just more logic into it. But the way I see it is, I should never be mad. I should never stress myself. I shouldn't have to have gray hairs in my head, basically. So this has been my talk, y'all. I mean, I've been on here for about a good, 45 minutes running my mouth. Wow, I ain't never talked so much in my life. Oh yeah, guys, L-Arginine. Get your L-Arginine on Amazon. Type in L-Arginine, L-Arginine. And if you don't want to buy L-Arginine, each oaks. Yes, each oaks. And what L-Arginine does again is it's cardiovascular. It rejuvenates your cells, makes you nice and new, makes you feel, it's a sensu bean. You ever watch Goku? You'd be like, oh, I'm tired. And then Krillin come out of nowhere, sensu bean. Eats the sensu bean, cruncher on it. Next thing you know, all his scars and stuff go away. Yes, sensu bean. I'm playing. That's the Dragon Ball fans. Or if you're an old head out there and you ever listen to your older heads, the older heads, I'm funny. So the older heads, you be like, how you live so long? You look good. And then you be like, baby, I eat my oatmeal and I put my blueberries in them. And you better listen to these old people, especially when they look good now. Because they ain't lying to you. Like, or you watch DJ Khaled, you be like, hyphy mug. Hyphy mug has L-Arginine in it. And that man is swole toes. But anyway, that's been my video. You guys have a beautiful day. Don't get in no car accidents. I sell life insurance. I can save your life. But that's another day for, that's another story for another time.